Hello, and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. A great crowd of people turned up. Our dealers sometimes can be too canny. They don't want to pay enough money.
Don't get too excited.
Don't be too cheap.
But on the other hand, we have members of the public. Their expectations are far too high.
And I suppose you want as much as you can possibly get, really, don't you?
I want a bit more than that.
£600.
What?
Going to auction is a challenge. It's a gamble.
£380, we're asking 400.
Can I call you Dave?
You can.
400 on the internet.
It needs to be a bit more.
David and his dealers are in St Helens in Lancashire. We're starting the show with Gary and a rather special item. Are you going to give Debbie Serple some stick?
To get money out of Debbie, I'm just going to use my charm and get at least £300 today.
This is such a lovely piece. It's something any dealer would want to buy.
Better put your money where your mouth is, Debbie, because the Duke and auctioneer David Brooks like this one too.
Can you imagine someone swaggering down the road, a real dandy with that, can't you?
I can.
A bit like yourself.
Tell me all about this magnificent cane.
Well, I've had it since the 1980s.
Right.
However, I'll reveal where I got it from.
Later.
Later on, yeah.
You're not going to tell me?
No.
Okay. Well, short and sweet. It's a very splendid gold top gentleman's walking stick with a lovely agate end which has, it looks like a vein of gold running through it. It's just very unusual.
Right.
The other thing is, if you turn it round this way and have a little look, it says presented by R. Gratto, which is a very unusual surname, and then it's to Alex Watt Esquire, and then on the last bit it reads San Francisco, California, 1890. So it's a fantastic late 19th century walking cane. Now the wooden section is clearly hand carved, and at one time it would have been quite well lacquered, but that's worn away. I love the fact it's got an original end. It's lovely too, because in addition to the inscription, you've got this acanthus leaf scroll effect decorating it, which is typical of that period. I'm going to assume it's American, simply by virtue of the inscription that's on it.
Right.
And if it is American, it's going to be typically low carat gold, between 9 to 15, somewhere in that region.
First of all, American, is that going to help it in the sale room?
I think so. I mean, especially these days at auction, with, the advent of the internet, the buyers are out there, and if they've got the money and it's what they want, distance is no object, really. I think there's been a real resurgence of interest in gentlemen's apparel of a certain type and a certain look.
It's just a wonderful object. You get hold of it, it makes you actually feel a little bit important.
And it's the height's right, it's not too low,
Yes. How have you placed an estimate on this?
Conservatively, it was sort of 2 to 250, just to allow for the banding at auction, really.
Okay. Now, Debbie, she's got an eye for all kinds of things. I just have a feeling she will go for this. Okay, let's see what she puts on the table.
50, it's a good start.
Good start, yeah.
100,
Well, £50 notes are coming out. That's a good
That's
sign.
a good start, yeah.
150, 2, 250. How does that seem?
I'd like a little bit more, please.
A little bit more.
Now, how does that sound to you, 250 quid?
Yeah, it's a reasonably good offer, isn't it, really?
It is. But I just think there's something about this cane, and I'm going to suggest to our seller, don't sell it yet, it's worth more money.
That seems quite fair, don't you think, David?
Well, she's trying, Gary, isn't she? There's
She
no
is.
question
He's
about
very
it.
trying.
Our independent valuers and auctioneer, they're all crazy over it. They're all saying 250 to 350. Now, there's nothing wrong with the offer that's on the table. I'm not putting that down. But that's the kind of object there are one or two specialist dealers and collectors. They might start squaring up to each other in the sale room for that. But that's gambling time. So I'm going to leave you with the dealer who's giving you a little bit of a wink in the eye. Careful with this girl because, you know, she knows just how to get round the men. You might be one of these blokes that will be putty in her hands.
Hopefully.
Fair offer, but a great stick, and just could fly a little bit more.
Okay, I'm going to try and tempt you because I do want to go home with it. 270. 280.
Rounded up to 300 and we've got a deal.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm happy with that. If you're happy with that,
Yeah.
300 on the table. Have we got a deal?
Yes, we have.
We've got a deal, and you're going to tell me where it came from?
I actually found it at a skip in London.
That's amazing. Amazing.
Well, I'm well happy. I've got me £300 and I bet Debbie will not make as much profit as me.
You know that saying, the cat that's got the cream? Well, I'm the cat, and this is the cream.
When your profit's the cat's whiskers, then you can celebrate. Across the den, Kath is all dolled up to meet Stuart Hofgartner.
I'm feeling quite nervous, really, but I've seen Stuart on television and I hope he's generous.
Coronation doll, Queen Elizabeth. 1953 coronation, 53 quid I'll pay for it with a bit of luck. Perhaps you can tell us about the doll and what you know about it and how you came by it.
Well, when the Queen was in 1953 crowned, my mother sent for this for me, but I've kept it in the loft. No one's to play with it, and I thought, well, I've that many nephews and nieces, you know.
Who do you leave it to, sort of thing?
Yes.
So
I thought, well,
so Queen Elizabeth II.
that's right.
Okay.
And it press a button and it
Does it?
sings. Right.
And what does it say? It's God Save the Queen.
Does it really? I've been to London. So I lift the dress up, and if you wind
Right,
it,
so
it
we
sings.
wind this?
You wind it
This
that
way?
yes.
So as you wind
As
it,
you wind
it plays it. It's
it
not
plays.
winding up a mechanism.
No, it's playing.
It's playing. Okay, I couldn't quite understand it. So
It's very faint.
What does it- what
God
does it say?
Save the Queen.
God Save the Queen.
I've been to London to see the Queen. That's what it says. Yeah.
I must confess, I've not ever seen one of those before. That's jolly interesting.
Yeah.
And a crown,
mean,
moving eyes. That's a good sign.
Oh
Moving
yes,
eyes.
it goes to sleep. Yes.
Did you add the picture to it?
The picture my mother put in. It was a
So this
button.
is bunting, of course, from the actual.
It is, yes. And
from the
it's
day, yeah.
One of
Okay.
the, yeah.
So back to the original box.
Yes. And the stamps.
Stamps. Dress from where it was sent.
That's right.
How did you feel when you opened the box up?
Well, I was flabbergasted because I was 14 actually, and I'd never had a proper doll before. You know, the war days and everything.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So I was just elated with it. I was.
Okay, so first doll. This is going to be it's a hard job for me to tug this away from you, isn't
It is really, yeah, yeah.
20. 40. 60 years old, we said, didn't we?
Yes.
£60 on the table.
A bit more.
A bit more.
A bit more.
David, hi.
Well, Kath, I mean, this is obviously your little treasure.
It is.
Well, it's your lucky day today, you know that, don't you?
I hope so.
And the reason I say that is you're sat down with the only dealer that would splash the cash on such, how can I say, your treasured item. Anybody else, I think, would look at this and think, not for me. Dolls aren't doing well in the sale room. It's a bit on the kitsch side, but it's got £60 on the table. It's cash. It's tempting. Don't even think about it. Get it in your purse, girl, and get home.
Well, thank you, David.
Oh, that was good, yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Just one more.
Just one more, God, dear. Well, £60, I thought that tied in nicely with 60 years. I'll put another 10 on it for you.
All right.
Okay. £70.
That it?
That's it.
Done. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
That
wasn't too bad, really. I wasn't as nervous as I thought I would be. And he was very generous with me, really.
Isn't he always? Coming up, a signed Lowry arrives in the den.
And he painted mashed up men and mashed up cats and dogs.
But Brenda's digging her heels in.
I'm not putting another penny on the table.
Brenda, can you not just be a little bit more generous and put a bit more down?
Welcome back to the den. We couldn't come to Lancashire without a visit from one of its most famous artists. Emma, tell us what you brought in for Brenda Haller.
It's a limited edition Lowry print called Peel Park. It's in Salford, and I would like at least £500 for it.
Is your purse open, Brenda?
I want a bit of the action.
You know what to do then.
Here we have L.S. Lowry, Manchester born and bred artist.
Yes, it's a limited edition print, and it's signed by Lowry himself.
Okay.
I think there were only 250 made, but do you know any more about it?
Well, how do you know it's a limited edition?
My mum told me.
Okay.
She filled me in. When she bought it, she had the certificate and everything. I think it might be in the back of it. So she knows it was a certified limited edition.
Well, usually what they have is a number of the print. We can't see it on here. Without getting it out of the frame, we can't see if there's anything down below. But it looks as though it's been taken out of the frame recently because it's dropped.
I think I've been moving house.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, so it might have dropped in the process of the moving from one to another.
So is this why you're selling it? Because you moved house?
I have moved house, yeah, and my furniture's quite modern. It doesn't really go with the the Lowry because it's quite industrial and dark and old-fashioned to me, really.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes, and this is Peel Park, isn't it?
Yes.
And so is that in Liverpool, Peel Park?
Salford, I think.
Salford, right.
He used to go there quite a lot.
It'd be interesting to see if this building's still here.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah. I mean, you've got little scenes of little groups of people here talking, the ice skating and the snow, and people pushing prams. I mean, he was a world-famous artist.
Yeah, it's very popular in this part
Very,
of the
very
world.
popular. And everybody thinks of the North when they think of Lowry. Yes. I think I'll put some money on the table.
I'd love that.
You would?
I would.
Okay. Don't get too excited.
Okay.
Hold it in.
Don't be too cheap.
All right. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200.
I would like more for it.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Well, I do. Hard-earned money, you
That's a bit of a silly question, wasn't
Hard-earned money. 20, 40, 60, 80, 300.
I think I'd have to say no, Brenda.
Well, in that case, I'll give you a little bit more.
Okay.
320.
Yes.
340.
Yeah.
360.
I'd still want more for it, specifically because of what
I'm making you work for it.
You are making me work.
All right. This is my last and final offer. £400.
Could you put another 50 down?
Not a hope.
Not a hope.
No, no. Because I'm gambling here.
Yeah.
Right, Emma, what's on the table now?
£400.
Right, we've got two estimations here. We've got a 350 to 450. We've got a 4 to 6.
Yeah.
I think if you went to auction, you'd probably get somewhere close to the £600.
Do you?
Will you put another 100 on the table?
Not a hope.
Is it still open, the purse?
She's hidden it somewhere.
I know. Well, she
David.
does
Go
that, you know.
and
I mean, for another £50, I got a feeling you would be satisfied.
Yeah, I would.
And you would still be on a winner here, I think.
I'm not putting another penny on the table.
Brenda, can you not just be a little bit more generous and put a bit more down?
David,
It's a good lot.
You know me, I like a bit of a game.
Well, gamble and put a bit more money down, that's what I'm saying.
If you put another 50 down, I'll take you.
I'm sure you
I'll
would.
take your hand off.
But my word is my bond, my darling.
Oh, Brenda, you
I'm evil, you
are
see.
evil.
Everybody thinks I'm all sweetness and light, but I'm a dealer.
And you're not going to go any further? Not even a little bit further?
Stand off. What are we doing?
I would like to take the money.
Like to take the money?
Thank you
Right.
very much. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I will.
Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too.
Crikey, that Brenda can put up a fight, and she's already got a client in mind.
I'm hoping they're going to go for this one because I spent a lot of money.
What do you think, Emma?
Originally I said 500 just in case she was listening, but I'm really happy with 400. Obviously I would have liked 3,000 if it was possible.
Back to the den now for our second item with a royal connection. These belong to Rachel.
Today I've brought in some letters, royal letters, hopefully to find out a bit more about them and hopefully to make some money.
There's dozens of them. Could they have been written by a royal hand? An audience with Mark Stevens awaits.
What a great lot of royal memorabilia. What are they worth? I really don't know, but what a fantastic lot.
Just put some of Her Majesty's notes on the table.
These are quite amazing, and I have to ask you, how did you come by them?
The house I live in now, they were in the attic, and they have been in the washing basket, the drawer. We could have mislaid them for over 25 years. They've been all over the house.
Unreal. Well, we have a part of history here. If we look, we have the royal cipher at the top, and underneath we have Balmoral Castle, Windsor Castle, Osborne House over there, which says one thing, Queen Victoria.
Yeah.
And these are the letters sent to various people after Albert has passed away. That is why they're black.
Oh, right, is that right?
A lot of these are to Dr. Lee's, but from what I can find out very quickly, he was the chaplain to Queen Victoria and her sons.
Yeah.
But there's still so much research that needs to be done to get what they are possibly worth. And I cannot tell you what they're worth. All I know is they're wonderful. Why do you actually want to sell these?
Well, I realise they must have some historic use and, a purpose. It's not really the money. I just feel as if they should go somewhere better.
I couldn't agree. A piece of history.
Yeah.
But look, let's put some money on the table. So, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, £240. I think before you say anything, we must have David in because he will know a lot more.
Okay, 240, not in the ballpark, not in my game. What we've got here, something very unusual, something very special. Content is all important, research is needed. £300 to £500 is the estimate. So I think on that one, it's a no-brainer to your decision. Go to auction.
Definitely.
And I think from there, it's research needs doing by the auctioneer.
I'm going to just put down a little bit more money because what I originally in my mind wanted to pay for them. And then you can make a decision.
Yeah.
The most I would go to is £300. That is my offer. You have to make the choice. You can take the money if you want to, or you can go to auction. It's entirely up to you.
I would really like to go to auction.
I couldn't agree with you more. I wish you the best of luck.
Yes,
Thank you so
great.
much. Thank you. I am gutted I missed out on that lot. I think they're going to do really well in the sale. I'm kicking myself, really.
Too late for regrets. In the meantime, the auctioneer has done a little digging, and some of the letters are written by Sir Dighton Probyn, head of the royal household's finances. Do they contain any gossip?
We've investigated to see if we can find anything, something revealing about the royal family, which we can't find, actually. What did you think about the 300
Well,
quid?
that was quite good, but thought, well, worth a chance, isn't it?
Worth a gamble, I suppose. So they're here in the auction. £300 to £500 is the estimation. The reserve is £300. there may just be someone here who is a royal memorabilia collector, and it just might work out for us. They're coming up now. Let's see what they fetch.
We come now to lot 30, which is the Victorian leaflets of royal interest. May we ask £500, please? Asking 500? Start me £200 then. Surely £200. Any interest in the room?
They're looking for 200. They can't seem to find a bidder here.
£200. No interest?
No.
Oof, so, no interest here in the sale room. You saw the look on Rachel's face. Little bit of disappointment.
Definitely. Can't believe that.
Can't believe it.
No.
A
Looking
face.
down to see Dave. Can I call you Dave?
You can. You can call me Dave, especially after they're not selling. I'm going to say on the day, unlucky. That's the way it goes sometimes. Real deal was with you, Mark. £300. Good offer.
I'm absolutely speechless. I really, really wanted them to go to a better home.
Sorry you didn't make the honours list this time, Rachel. Still to come, Stuart gets all thespian.
Is this a dagger I see before me?
And Mark becomes the green-eyed monster.
Well, why can't I find these charity shops that sell these things for £8?
You boys just love the limelight. Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
Behind the scenes, we have a team of experts. They check and inspect every single item before it's placed in front of our dealers. And it's their independent valuation that you see coming up on your screen.
Up next, one of the oldest items we've had on the show. What do you make of John's rusty relic, Stuart?
Ancient dagger, really ancient, but not all there.
You might not be all there if you were 400 years old. Let's get to the point.
Is this a dagger I see before me?
I think it most certainly is, yes.
I couldn't miss this opportunity, could I, to get that out? Okay, is this a dagger or the remains of a dagger?
Yes.
Can you tell me, A, what you know about it, and B, how you've come to be the owner of it?
Well, as far as I know, Stuart, it's been in my family as long as I've been on this planet.
It's a good 40 years, then?
Yeah, thank you, yeah. Thank you very much, yeah. And I think it was 30-odd years ago, my mum asked my wife, could she make some inquiries about it, which she did. And she photographed it and sent it to a very reputable dealer. Right. And they sent me back a letter saying that they thought it was 15th, 16th century dagger.
Do they?
The letter is dated, if I can remember from memory, 1979. And that's what's brought me, now that she's passed away, thought, well, it's no good leaving it in the drawer. Go and put it to some good use. And that's why we're here.
And they said it was 15th or 16th century?
Yeah.
Very difficult for me in one respect. That's a lot older than what I'm familiar with, but I don't disbelieve it. What I can argue with is that it's not complete, and I do like things that are complete.
Right.
Would have been probably a shagreen handle here or something like this, and that would have been fitted on there. It's amazing that these have stayed there, really.
It is, yeah, really is.
Especially it's missing on the end there. If the handle, the hilt had been there, give me a bit more of a clue. This is obviously bronze.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting, looks like a cutler's mark there, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Just right on the point
yeah,
there,
yeah.
There. Yeah, it does, yeah.
Well, yeah, I like it. I'll have a go at buying it, but we'll see how we get on.
Okay, thank you, yeah. Okay.
15th, 16th century, how old is that?
Older than me and you, put together.
Definitely. 20, 40, 60, 80, £100.
I was looking for a bit more than that, Stuart, yeah. I mean, it's so unusual. I don't think there's another one like that.
Well, I can't go along with that because there's probably lots more out there somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not decrying it,
No.
but that's how I rate it. And I think there's a profit in it for me, but not very much. That's my bid.
No more.
How do you feel?
I think that will be fine, yeah.
We have a deal?
I think we do have a deal, yeah.
Well
Thanks,
done.
Stuart.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I was looking for at least £100 and that's what I got. So everything's fine.
It was very interesting if I turn a profit on this.
You're sharp enough for the job, Stuart. Back in the den, Mark's got his eye on some shiny stuff.
3 pieces of silver. And unfortunately, they're really going to be based on the silver content.
You mean you'd melt them? Luckily, Eunice isn't too attached.
I brought some Indian silver in today, which I bought a couple of weeks ago for about £8. I'm not going to tell Mark the dealer.
Good tactics. Let's see how you get on.
What can you tell me about them?
Well, I can't really tell you much about them. I picked them up about 2 weeks ago because I thought they looked interesting and I like researching items. And I believe that they're Indian silver.
OK, well, I use the terminology white metal because it is actually illegal to sell these as silver.
Okay, yeah.
The reason being is they have not been assayed in England with the proper equipment.
Yeah.
If they were assayed, they would be carrying a 925 standard English assay mark, and the mark would be under here, and there certainly isn't no assay mark there at all. Now, you can't date them because there's no date under it, but what I can do is I can look at them and think to myself, OK, I know the style, so the style would be between 1900 and 1920, and that's what I think they are. We've got a cup, we've got a little dish, we have a little bowl, or 2 little bowls. I mean, it's nice quality engraving. They're well made and they are, you know, not bad looking items, but it's just what they're worth. You said you bought them recently. If you don't mind me asking, did you buy them from a boot fair? Did you buy them from another dealer?
I bought them from a charity shop.
From a charity shop, OK. I mean, tell me, what did you pay for them?
I'll let you know after you've made me a bid.
You're not going to tell me then, are you?
An offer, yeah. No, not yet.
Will you in a bit? No, all right, OK. Well, let's put some money on the table, see how we go. 20, 40, 60, £70.
I was hoping for a little bit more than that, really.
I mean, what I would do is take the £10 off, put that down and put £80 on the table.
Could you make it 90?
Just, there's nowhere for me to go. There really isn't.
If you can do 90, I'll definitely...
I tell you what I'll do.
Make a deal.
Let's split the difference. £85.
That's fine.
You fine?
Yeah.
Look, 85, £5 on the table. We got a deal?
Yes.
Thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Very
Thank
much.
you. I want to know, how much did you pay for them?
£8.
What?
£8.
Well, why can't I find these charity shops that sell these things for £8?
I'm really pleased, and it's going straight to my sister because I owe her 100.
In one pocket, out the other. After the break, Brenda cuts to the chase.
I need to know what you want.
£600.
£600?
Money talks, you see.
Money talks.
Is there an echo in here? Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from St Helens. Next up are some World War I 3D picture cards. Perfect for a dealer who likes the army.
I guess it's the tomboy in me, but I've always been very drawn to militaria.
Sounds good, Debbie. Meet Susan.
Thanks for coming.
I want £50. Just going to see if she'll take pity on a ginger person, because we are a minority.
Smiles sweetly until she puts down the readies.
Tell me how a young lady like you has ended up with a group of World War I military stereoscope slides.
Yeah, there was my mother-in-law's, which were passed down from her father, and they're just in the house, really.
Right. And do you have a stereoscope?
No, that got sold somewhere else years and years ago, yeah, so she's just got those.
Have you ever looked through a stereoscope?
No.
You drop one of these slides into the stereoscope, and your left eye looks directly at this image on the left.
Right.
And your right eye looks directly at the image on the right. And because there's slight difference in the two images that you can't necessarily pick up immediately, your brain does the work of making it look three-dimensional. So you get sudden depth in the photograph that you can't see flat like this.
Yeah.
But that's why there's a left and right. So it was a very exciting new concept. Now this series, this official series, which This is the box they came in. It's quite unusual to have the original box. But what's lovely is this is clearly a set of 40 First World War stereoscopes. They're unusual and they're quirky. This one I found rather poignant. Have you looked through them? Not in any detail?
No, not in detail.
This one says underneath, German prisoners compelled to carry our wounded during the strenuous struggle. And you can see quite clearly, because of the shape of the helmet, you've got 2 German prisoners of war, presumably forced to carry our wounded out of the trenches. So that's really quite a poignant one. Equally, this one's quite interesting. Our monster tanks break down the belts of barbed wire and completely surprise the Hun. Such a sort of real World War I term for the German soldiers, but yeah, again, fantastic in stereoscopic view.
Yeah.
So they're interesting, and I would like to make an offer for them. So let's put some money on the table. 20. £30, Susan. What do you think about that?
A little bit more.
A little bit more. £40, and that's really where I'd like to be. This is David to help you out.
Interesting. I mean, there is no viewer, but the kind of collectors and dealers that buy and sell this kind of material, they have all the viewers. £30 to £50 is the estimation. You're already mid-estimate at £40, but if you went to the sale room, we need quite a bit more to make it worthwhile. On saying that, there probably is some value there to a collector.
So there you are, Susan, the ball's in your court.
I'll take the pennies.
You'll take the money. Happy with that?
Very happy.
You got a deal?
Yes, deal.
Fantastic.
Not the £50 we wanted, but 40 is better than nothing. So yeah, excellent.
40 cards at £1 a card. I think there's a tiny amount of profit in it. Not a lot, but a little.
Pull the other one. It's nearly time to go home. But hold your horses. What have you got there, Brenda?
Dalton Bars by Hannah Brown. How exciting. Don't very often see these. Maybe I might be buying this.
Wait till you hear how much David wants for his Victorian vase.
I'd like probably 500 if I could.
500? Now to Brenda. What's your battle plan?
I don't know, we'll give her a smile and hopefully we can get round and get some money out of her.
Good luck.
Tell me where you got it from.
Well, it's actually my mother-in-law's. It was originally her mum's and she passed away and it was left to her. But she originally got it from a butcher from Thatto Heath.
Really?
Jimmy Beef, the butcher from Thatto Heath.
What a name.
That's what we know about it, really, yeah.
Brilliant. And why would she get that from a butcher's?
I don't know, it was a present as such.
Sweetheart stuff, was it?
Well, you never know.
You never know, do you? There's a story to be had with this one, isn't there? So, this is from the 1890s.
Yeah.
And it's Dalton Lambert.
Right.
And quite often they have the marks on the bottom, and yes, it has. It's got the right marks on the bottom.
Isn't there one for the
Yes,
maker?
Absolutely. This one's by Hannah Brown. She was one of the famous artists for Dalton Lambert. And quite often they wear in pairs.
Yeah.
I've not seen the pony one before.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really quite nice.
Was it more animals used to draw and paint?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
They took her on the factory to do this sort of thing as a test, and she was quite successful in her own right.
Yeah.
But the colourways themselves are very attractive. That sort of rugged feel to it with the browns of the ground and the green of the grass is typical of Dalton Lambert.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah.
So, tell me, it's stuck in a cupboard, it's not doing anything.
It was actually kept in the upstairs loo.
No.
for years.
And nobody noticed it?
And nobody's noticed it.
Or appreciated it?
Not at all, no. just
amazing.
Yeah, it's
All
a
right.
shame, isn't it?
So if I got some money to you, what would you do with the money?
Obviously, it's the mother-in-law's vase, and I think she put it towards a holiday or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, purse out. Now tell me when to stop, won't you?
Oh no, you keep going.
Oh, you're a joker. 20, 40, £60. What do you think of that?
No, I think it's like a lot more than that.
How much more are we looking at?
Oh, a lot more, quite a lot more.
Quite a lot more?
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's perfect. There's no chips in it.
But it's been sat in the loo.
Yeah, but
You've not appreciated it.
Well, I'm
Mother-in-law's
appreciating it
not
now, you see.
appreciated it. Only because it's this, isn't it?
money talks, you see.
Money talks. £80.
No, nothing like.
I need to know what you want.
I'm £600.
What? £600?
Yes, £600 we should be looking at, yeah.
Is it that good?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, it is. It's spot on. It's good. It's proper Dalton.
I'll go 100. I'm not going to 600.
Right,
That's too much of a gamble
right,
for me.
right.
What do you want to do?
I think I'd like to take it to auction.
Okay. I think you're right. Take it to auction. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think there should have been a lot more on the table than what there was.
I think I better go have a look at my pot, see if I've got something worth a bit more. I'm out of touch.
Back to dealer school for you, Brenda, and off to auction for us.
The reserve is £400. Now the question is this: is there a buyer? Because at the moment, this kind of material is very difficult to sell.
Yeah.
The good thing is it is by one of the great decorators to the factory.
Yeah.
Oh, that just might help it along. It's a very nice vase. It's coming up now, fingers crossed. Let's hope we get this away. Come on, here we go.
This is the Dalton Lambeth stoneware vase. 500 for this, please. 500. Start me 300 then, please. At £300. It's on the internet. Thank you. £300 bid. 320 against you. 340. 360 then with me.
We're creeping up.
With me at 360. Any further at 360?
It needs to be a bit more.
370. 380.
It's getting near to it now. It is creeping up there.
380. Looking for 4. At £380, we're asking 400. Thank you. 400 on the internet.
Oh, just in time.
We have on the internet now, and we will sell at £400.
Okay, that's a close one. £400 we have commission to take away from that. I make that £328 you're taking home. What's your first reaction to that?
Great. It's better than...
Well, it nearly gave me a heart attack. I didn't think we were going to get there. It just crept along.
Yeah.
Very few bids here in the room. Some bids on the book with the auctioneer. The rest was on the internet. So, hopefully going towards a holiday.
Yes, yeah.
Any idea where you want to go to?
We're doing about a canal boat little holiday, put it towards that.
Fantastic.
Well done, David. More than tripled what Brenda offered. Let's see if our dealers are in the money. It's girls versus boys today. Stuart was hopeful about the 15th century dagger.
Just a quick profit will do me fine.
You better hurry up and sell it then. What about the coronation doll? He bowed to Kat's demands.
Just one more.
And paid 70 quid despite David's advice.
Anybody else, I think, would look at this and think, not for me.
Which must be what the bidders thought when Stuart tried to sell it at auction. No profit for you today. Eunice showed Mark how to do a deal on the ornate Indian silver she found in a charity shop.
What did you pay for 'em?
£8.
What?
£8.
Did he make a fortune? Well, let's just say Mark won't be retiring just yet. What a rum do for the boys.
Oh dear.
Come on, girls, show them how it's done. Debbie had modest hopes for the World War I stereoscope cards.
I think there's a tiny amount of profit in it. Not a lot, but a little.
25 quid on a £40 outlay isn't too shabby. But it was the gold-encrusted cane that filled the kitty.
I'm the cat, and this is the cream.
That's right, girl. You made a perfect profit. Brenda is the dealer with the biggest grin. She dug her heels in for the Lowry print and got it for a very reasonable £400.
I'm evil, you say? Everybody thinks I'm all sweetness and light.
Not us. You swapped it for a massive 50% markup. You're not top dog today. That honour goes to a seller. Gary paid nought for the cane but strolls off with a golden profit. Well done, you.
Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. See you.